Hello everybody, Nigel with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, with another review for you. Yes, it's Prezi time again, and I am very, very lucky. Mr. Brett Marquette have High Altitude Scale Modelling on YouTube and High Altitude Hobbies over in Colorado. He has a shop over there. I'll put links down below to his website and to his YouTube channel. Go take a look. And he got in touch with me because I'm a Mustang fan. As you know, I have a Mustang, as he also does. And he said he wanted to send me a brand new kit which has just been released, and he wanted me to review it and maybe build it too. So let's have a look. It's quite a big box, this, and I'm sure I don't think it's just the kit in here. I think there's something else as well. So let's have a look. I think he's been extremely generous, even if it is the kit and nothing else. He got in touch, and when I said to him it was my birthday, he said, well, all the better then. So thank you very, very much, Brett. And there we go. Where we go then. See, it says, happy birthday, Nige. I'm looking forward to your take on this kit. I sent you 2 Flory sander packs. Thank you, mate. Take care, Brett. So this is High Altitude Scale Modelling, aircraft, automobiles, armour ships, modelling related tools and accessories, builds, reviews, photos and friends, YouTube, High Altitude Scale Modelling at 10,200 feet above sea level. And there you go, that's his YouTube channel. There, High Altitude Scale Modelling. As I say, I'll put a link down below so you can go straight to it. So what have we got in here? We have another note, and we have a kit, and we have some Flory sanders. Ooh, this is nice. Now, first of all, these sanding sticks, I believe, are no longer available, and he sent me these. Thank you very, very much, Brett. These are no longer available. They're like hen's teeth. And for some reason Phil Flory started making them, and no one has come along with a suitable replacement. So you can get these, the Migamo ones. The problem with these is, as you've heard me say before, the grains, if you look at the grains, 120, 180, 240, 320, 1200. What happened to 400, 600, 800? You know, it's like straight from really too coarse to do anything with to too fine to do anything with. So they're really not worth bothering with. These, however, these are like 400 and 800 grit, I'd say, or maybe more like 600 and 1000. These are like 320 and 400. So the blues and the greens, I think, are the 2 most useful sanding sticks there ever were with the skinnies. What does this note say here? Here is a sticker for you, and you can give one to Sue, Paul and Chris. Thank you very much, Brett. I'll send those to them. I've got to send a package down to Chris, so thank you very much for that, Brett. And here is the bad boy. So this is JR Salvino's models. They're a fairly new company. I know nothing about them. I've never built one of their kits. But it's this is the brand new NASCAR Mustang. It's not a brand new car, but it's a brand new kit. And this is the Joey Logano number 22. 124th scale, 18 years and older, made in the USA, Salvino's Junior models. I don't know if it's Junior or JR. So we've got NASCAR as a trademark. We've got an official Ford licensed product. That's cool. And then we've got all about the trademarks there. We've actually got Goodyear tyre lettering, which is something you don't get in some kits these days. And we can see here, this is this kit here. And then we've got the Ryan Blaney Mustang. We've got the Chase Elliott Camaro. We've got the 2022 Ford Mustang Daytona 500 winner. That's the discount tire car. And here we've got the beautiful old Richard Petty 43 Dodge Charger from 1977. I actually met Richard Petty and was very, very glad that I did. He actually gave me a signed t-shirt, and then one day I saw my girlfriend cleaning up some spilt paint or something, and she was using that t-shirt because it was old. She thought she'd use it. Thank you very much, Alison, you cool cow. Anyway, right, so what have we got inside here? We've got a lot of reflection. So it's a typical sort of American car kit box. They're all sort of the same size. So we'll put that over there. Put that over there so you can see it in the corner of the shot. And in here we've got the sprues, we've got rubber tyres, we've got the body shell. And it all looks to be very, very nice indeed. So we'll put the box over here. So let's have a look. This is obviously our body panel sprue. And as we can see here, beautifully moulded. That looks like some sort of control panel or something there. It's broken off the sprue. But it's beautiful moulded. There's the hood. You've got the flaps in the hood that flap up when they get sideways or backwards. It saves them lifting. But very, very nice. And also, of note, no ejector pin marks. There are ejector pin marks on the inside of these panels where you're not going to see them, but like on this bulkhead, firewall, there are no ejector pin marks. Look at that. You can see on there the surface detail is gorgeous. Really, really nice. So very nice indeed. You could grind the back of that out, I guess, and thin them out. But I guess you run the risk of going through. So that's that sprue there. What I'm going to put, I'll put that over here. Got the body shell itself, looking very, very nice with all the panels in the roof. I'm not exactly sure what they're for. Remember, this is a NASCAR, so it's a kind of, it's a body on a space frame. That's the body that's kind of made to look a bit like a Mustang. And if you look at this here, it doesn't really look much like a Mustang at all, but it's kind of the same shape. The front is correct, but the yeah, it's kind of like a Mustang. The back looks like a Mustang, doesn't it? So very, very nice indeed. Beautiful car. Beautiful, beautiful car. Tyres. These tyres look gorgeous, I must be honest. Let's get one of these out. They are very, very nice indeed. They have no moulded on lettering, but they probably wouldn't have moulded on lettering. They just have stickers on them or painted on. But they're solid. They're not hollow. They're solid, and they're also very dull, which is nice. They're not all shiny like some you get in some cheaper kits. So very nice tyres, very hard, and you don't have to cut the centres out of them like like those ones you get with the Revell GT, when somebody's cut the centres out for you and taken away half the bloody sidewall as well. So very nice. And then here we have a wedged in, that's heavy. We have a great big bag of sprues. Somebody did message me and they said that they built this kit and it was terrible and loads of flash and this, that and the other. Well, I don't know how it builds, obviously, not yet, but I can tell you that I'm not seeing any flash. So let's put this up here and have a look. So I think this is going to be like a generic space frame. So we've got some beautifully moulded wheels there. They are gorgeous. And I'll give you a close-up in a sec. We've got the window net there. We've got, looks like the sump pan, so it looks like we're going to get an engine in this. We've got the radiator there with the fan on the back, or maybe on the front. We've got some fender liners. Yeah, very, very nicely done indeed. Those wheels are gorgeous. They're some of the nicest injection moulded wheels I've ever seen. They are gorgeous, aren't they? Look at those. They're lovely. It's got like a metallic, you could almost just use them as they are. It's got like a metallic finish to it, this plastic, hasn't it? It's very, very nicely done. Again, those fender liners have no ejector pin marks in them. So if these guys can do it, why can't other companies? Looks like we've got a drive shaft there. Very nice indeed. What have we got here? This is the under tray. We've got the dimpling in there where all the fasteners go. We've got the Venturi at the back there. Looks like a filler pipe. The seat. Is that part of the air intake system there, perhaps? We've got some other bits and pieces there. I don't know what they are. But the floor is gorgeous. That is really, really nice. It's got a bit of a bow in it, but that doesn't matter. Very, very nice indeed. And then we have here some silver parts. So here's the transaxle. You have some disc brakes here. Ignore the way this looks, guys. Silver plastic, I've always found, makes parts look softly moulded. And ignore that. As soon as you put a primer on there, bang, they pop to life. But those brake calipers and those discs are gorgeous, aren't they? This is my first JR Salvino's kit I've ever seen, and it's bloody lovely. This looks like some kind of chassis, and this is some kind of crushed bumper zone by the look of it, or it's made to pump the other cars out of the way, which they do. It's a non-contact sport, yeah, right. Got some belts here. Some sort of, that's the back of the, is that the front of the transmission there? Looks like that's the front of the transmission, or transaxle. Got our headers there. 4 into 1 by the look of it, not 4 into 2 into 1. Yeah, very, very nice indeed. There's that transaxle, look at the detail on there. Lovely. And the brakes. Really, really lovely. So here we have, yes, we have an engine. So we have the engine block halves. Beautifully detailed by the look of things. We have the cylinder head. I'm not sure if these are controlled engines or if this would be a Ford and the Chevy would have a Chevy engine. I'm not sure. But they may just be controlled. These days motorsport is going down the road of having everything controlled, isn't it? We've got these supports here for some bodywork by the look of it. It looks like they may be part of that bumper I just showed you. We've got some wishbones here and here and here, beautifully moulded. You've got these dimples in there. I'm not sure if they're sink marks or if they're supposed to be there. It looks like they're probably sink marks, but they'd be easy enough to fill, a doddle to fill. Got some uprights there. That's where you're going to hold your wheel bearings. You've got the engine front cover, intake manifold with the 4-barrel on the top. No doubt it's injected. We've got, that looks like fuel lines. So we've got cam covers or valve covers, cylinder heads. I'm not sure if these are going to be single cam. They probably are. Cylinder heads, block, front cover and a mounting plate. And then there's some uprights there probably for the rear. Very, very nicely done. Looks like there one of the ejector pins didn't come out. So we've got the moulded on part there. That's going to be where the ejector pin didn't, or has broken off in another part. And then we've got suspension there. We've got our coilovers. Very, very nice. Somebody, as I say, somebody said their kit was covered in flash and everything. This is beautiful. There's some mould seam lines, but I'm not really seeing. There's a bit there, but I'd hardly constitute that being covered in flash. There's a little bit in that hole. And there are a couple of sink marks, but nothing much. So here we've got the bulkhead behind the driver by the look of it, and then this is going to be like the rear parcel tray, as it were, I think. Again, that bulkhead, look, no ejector pin marks, no ejector pin tabs either. They've put them in the sprue, so it's enough to get it out. We've got another firewall here by the look of things. This is going to be the sides, the sides of the front end. Top of the fuel tank there. We've got part of the chassis frame, and then part of the roll cage structure here by the look of things. That's going to be very interesting to build. And then here we have, this is our central tunnel. This is going to be the front, sorry, that's going to be probably the rear. This is probably the front around the engine, where all the front body support is. We've got some fire extinguishers there. That looks like an air intake. And then we've got the actual sides of the body here. So this is what you're going to see when you look through the window. They have got ejector pin marks in there, but they're going to be easy to deal with because they haven't put them in like in these silly little places here. They put them there where it's easy to sand. What I do is, where is it? I saw it here just now. I get a little piece of skinny stick. There's an old piece of green skinny stick, funny enough. Get that in there, and you could literally just sand away your ejector pin marks. And if they're recessed, you put some super glue, whatever, in them, and then use that to sand them. And that way you don't go damaging the sides at all. But yeah, beautiful. Really, really nice. Very, very nice indeed. And then going down here, we've got the clear parts. So here's our windscreen, which looks like it easily could have almost got damaged, but it hasn't been. So there, let's have a look how clear they are. We don't normally get them out, do they, in reviews, but fairly new company. Let's see how they're getting on with doing clear parts. Oh yeah, they're lovely. Very nice indeed. Here we go, let's put them over the box. You can see there's next to no distortion whatsoever with them. Extremely clear. Very, very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Notice there's no lights or anything because they would have been stickers. They would have been stickers stuck on. So we'll seal that up in a minute. And then finally here we have an instruction manual. And this is, we've got decals as well. Let's have a look at the decals. We've got two lots of decals. So it looks like we've got the generic Mustang sheet, which is very nice. You've got your headlights and everything here and your side lights. And then you've got your tail lights and that here. And then we've got the exhausts, side skirts with some vents in. We've got window surrounds, bonnet pins here, power slide decals. Not sure what they're like. They look good. They're beautifully printed. Nice and glossy. As you can see, so you've got that decal there. That's just going to go on the front to make it look like a Mustang, and then you've got the headlight ones going in and everything as well. Yeah, very, very nice indeed. So keep those protected. And then here we have the ones particular to this car. So this is the number 22 Pennzoil Joey Logano car. So I might have to get some more of these and build the other ones. Quite fancy that one there actually. That one there looks pretty cool. Discount tyre number 2. Could just be the angle of the photo, but it does look pretty cool. But yeah, very, very nice indeed. We've got the windows there, so we've got a decal going over the glazing in the rear to make it look like the shape of a Mustang window. So I guess it is kind of like a Mustang then if you put that in there. So yeah, very, very nice, really crisp. Loving the bright red on here. We've got all around the sills. Let's just look at the picture of the car, and then you can see what we're looking at. So there's the decals to do that car. So very, very nice indeed. So we're going to have to paint the body yellow. Looks like we're going to have to paint the trim at the bottom black. Although the other decals had that black. Yeah, these decals have the black sills. So, or it's American, so it's rocker panels. Yeah, beautiful. Right, let's have a look at the instructions, and then we'll wrap this one up. So, what's this in here? This is your special sheet just for this car. So, lovely set of instructions here. Let's get that box out of the way. So we have here step 1. So it's telling us to attach the parts. Use under tray as a building jig to assemble partial cabin cage, but do not glue to it yet. So full of good little tips there. Glue truss and forward back piece together and then to the firewall. That's a weird looking thing, isn't it? It's like a great big cage going on the back that's going to support the rear chassis there. So you're building up the rear chassis pieces. You've got the top of the fuel tank there, and then we're going to add the is this the front bulkhead? That's the front firewall, I'm guessing. Attached firewall to lower chassis base, yeah. So you're sort of building up this chassis tub, and you've got the transaxle there. Prop shaft is slightly short. Add an 1/8 long piece of sprue to lengthen it. So that's easy enough to do. It's nice they tell you and don't let you just find out like some other manufacturers do. So that was step 5B. Now we're on to 6. So we're assembling the engine, going together beautifully. Looks very, very nice. Can't see any colour call-outs. Can't see any colour call-outs. I see here's the colours. Right, so the colours are in these grey letters. So there are colour call-outs for everything. Shut up, Nige. So the actual main engine block, S, is going to be steel. There's brass. I'm looking for, there's no blue, so I'm assuming it's a control engine. If it was Ford, I think it would be painted blue. Of course, it's probably all aluminium, isn't it, or aluminum. So we've got the engine built up here, and then we're building up the front frame here. This is going to be the front engine cradle. Stack 3 pennies under outer ball joint on each side to correct ride height. We haven't got pennies over here. I'm not sure how thick a cent is. If someone can tell me, and then I can times that by 3 and make a little stack. So if somebody's got one of these, or is it one of these calipers, if you can measure the thickness of a cent, in fact I probably have got some downstairs. If you can measure the thickness of a cent for me, and then I can times that by 3 and I can make up a little stack. Attach both door sides to the lower chassis base. So you're attaching all this, you're building up this chassis, now you're going to drop the engine in. You could add some plumbing to that, it would look great. But don't forget, probably modern engines like this probably won't have coil leads. They've probably got coil packs, an individual coil pack on each spark plug. Rotate headers through cage openings glued to heads. Looks like that's as fun as fitting real ones to a Mustang. And then we're going to add all this onto the belly pan. And then assemble front suspension but do not glue to hub. Glue shocks into upper frame. So we're doing all this, building up all this unit here. You can see the beautiful wheels going in there. Place pennies underneath for support and equal ride height. Doesn't say how many pennies, it just says place pennies. So, and then we're adding in the hubs on the rear end there. And then adding in the central tunnel, steering column, steering wheel, dashboard by the look of it going in. And then we've got that great big seat going in with the side panel. We've got the fire bottles installed in next step. They're telling you how to paint them. And then going over the page here, we've got petty bars going in. And then we've got the upper part of the roll cage going on. Rear wheel wells, so it's those rear wells for the rear, not the front. And we've got this great big rear bumper going, that's designed to be nudged. And then the back deck, and then that's obviously part of the back deck there going around the suspension. And then we've got the radiator housing. I remember seeing those parts, I didn't know what they were. The radiator housing, and then we've got hoses going on the radiator, so we have got full detail under the front end. And then here we've got to complete the engine cage, spread G100 slightly to fit around radiator shrouds. So you've got this great big front bumper system going in. So they're telling you here, so obviously these cars they're just one make with a different body on. So if it's the Chevy, you're using C95 and C96. If it's the Toyota, you're using T95, and if it's the Ford, you're using M95. So I'm assuming this is the M sprue. Yes. So there we go, 95 and 96. So basically, depending on what car you're building, you're going to use different parts of the intake. So here you've got the intake, or the radiator exhaust, I think that is, going out into the hood there. And then here you've got the air intake, which is going to be different for a Chevy, Toyota and a Ford. Then we're back to being commonality again. So we've got the window net going in, we've got the wheels going in, we've got a clear part going there. Blue triangular net or clear window into body. So you've got the choice. And then that's it. And then we're on then. That was step 26. And then we're on then to step 27. So this is the specific Ford now instructions. So J.R. Salvino's got it great here. They can make all these sprues, and all they have to make for each individual car is some decals, clear parts, and those bits. The rest of it is all generic. So very lucky for them. No tooling costs to make mini kits. So trim the vinyl if necessary and glue on vertical fins and choice of spoiler. So clear F119 or F120. So you've got a choice of a clear or a coloured spoiler. And then you're going to mount the body down onto the chassis. And then here's your decal guide. Apply lower black red strap to the nose before fog light clusters and centre grille. So wheels polished chrome, chassis very light grey. BBS decals are added, one per wheel. We've got tyre decals, have we? Yes, we've got tyre decals here. So that's a nice touch. And that's it. What a lovely little kit. And it will build into a beautiful, bright and shiny model. So I'm over the moon, Brett. Thank you very, very much. You are an absolute star. I know Brett has moved to the correct side of life now. He used to have I think he had a Challenger and a Camaro, and now he's got a Mustang Mach 1. So he's done the right thing and gone to Ford. But there we go. So I've gone to Mustang anyway. I personally can't stand Ford, but I do love the Mustang. So Brett, I can't thank you enough. As I say, go take a look at his channel, High Altitude Scale Modelling. And he also has a shop, High Altitude Hobbies. So go take a look at Brett. And thank you very, very much, my friend. Absolutely over the moon. And having these, I never thought I'd have another pack of these in my hands, and I've got 2. So thank you very, very much, mate. These will last me probably as long as I live now. So thank you very much, mate. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. Go get yourself one. It's a beautiful, beautiful kit. And even if you're not into NASCAR, you must admit, with all the big chunky space frame and all the big suspension and the huge V8 and everything, and this great big one-piece body, it's all going to look pretty good parked amongst your little rally cars or whatever. So thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.